Visualizing system.
What's up, everybody? Khaled Iwamura here from insaga.com, and for the 5th year in a row, I'll be hosting the Virtual Japan Festival Canada 2021 edition. Actually, 3 years in a row live, 2 years in a row, unfortunately, virtual, but this will be our last time. And I'm here with the one and only...
Hi, my name is Yurika Henko. I'm actually the leader of the Yosakoi dance group Sakuramai Toronto. This year, I'm very excited to be the MC for the festival.
Are you excited to be with me?
Yes, that too, yes.
Okay, good answer, good answer. All right, so Yurika, I gotta ask, what was your favorite part of the live events at Celebration Square?
Oh, Khaled, I have to say it's the people.
Yeah.
Like, when you see the festival, when there's so many people in that Celebration Square, it's crazy. I love the way that people have this energy, you know, the excitement. That's what's the best part.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what my favorite part is?
What's that?
The food. The
Of
food
course.
is off the charts there. Like, and yeah, the food, the ramen, there was just so much food there.
Yes.
I love the food. I love the market they had there,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you're right. The people were, you know, it was crazy. The performances.
Yes.
You're dancing.
That's right.
Right. So we're gonna talk about later.
Yes.
Right. So, but the Virtual Japan Festival, we're doing it this year for safety.
That's correct.
Right.
We have to think about the audience's safety first.
Because, you know, at Celebration Square, we get tens of thousands of
That's
fans,
right.
and right now, it's just not the time for it.
That's what
Right?
it is right
So
now.
It's
Yep.
about your safety. That's what we're doing. Okay. All right. So, and there's a lot of vendors you can check out at the JapaneseFestivalCanada.com website.
That's right.
Right. And what can we expect in the next hour or so in this virtual?
It's a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
What's a lot?
I have to say just a lot.
Just a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's just get to just a lot.
皆さん、ようこそ Welcome to the Virtual Japan Festival Canada 2021. My name is Terry Wakasa, the President of Japan Festival Canada. Since 2016, Japan Festival Canada has showcased Japanese food, culture, and technologies to Canadians globally as the largest Japanese cultural event in Canada. With continued support and guidance from the event sponsors, affiliated organizations and agencies, vendor teams, the audience, and the participants, we have continued organizing annually at the end of August. Despite our ongoing effort to continue growing the in-person live event, we deeply regret to mention that we had to make a difficult decision to shift the event virtually as the pandemic continues. We cannot emphasize enough that the well-being and the safety of the audience, participants, and everyone involved in the event are our greatest priority. Therefore, we appreciate your understanding and patience at this time. However, we are very hopeful and looking forward to the in-person Japan Festival Canada next year. In the meantime, we have an amazing and exciting lineup of the event program for the Virtual Japan Festival Canada 2021. This year's theme is Rediscovering the Charm of Japan, taking advantage of Japan Festival Canada's virtual platform to experience Japan from the comforts of your home. Japan Festival Canada's mission is to bring it to life and to showcase traditional and contemporary Japanese culture. We hope to continue embracing and showing more of our diverse culture as it continues to grow. Again, thank you so much for joining Virtual Japan Festival Canada 2021. And please enjoy the spectacular virtual event. どうぞお楽しみください。
Take it all in. Show up early. Stay late. Really late. Live your passion. Leave an impression. Commit. Get out. Get in. Embrace the moment. Hold. 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 Ah. Overdo it. Do more. Leave less. Breathe. Get the bag. Keep one packed. Don't put it off. Because when we make it count, we rise higher.
こんにちは、三味線の杵家奈美です。ジャパンフェスティバルカナダをご覧の皆様、本日は、ようこそ。私今回フォロワーさんの中からたくさんのリクエストをいただきまして、こうやってオンラインで参加させていただくことになりました。本当にありがとうございます。11年前にインターネットを通じて三味線という楽器を知ってもらいたいと思い始めて、いろいろな方の力を借りて、でいろいろな演奏家の力も借りて、そして動画を配信してきました。 だいたい、三味線、琴、尺八、篠笛で、打楽器も鼓を中心とする日本の打楽器、こういった編成でボーカロイドとかゲーム音楽、アニメ音楽、こういったものを編曲してもらって、で演奏して、配信をするという活動を、ずっとやってきました。で最初の頃はもう本当に日本国内でもこれを知らない方がいっぱいいらっしゃるから、そういう方々に知ってもらいたいです。で特に若い世代に知ってもらいたいっていう、そういう気持ちでやってきたんですけれども、もう現在になるとコメント欄を見るとほぼ9割以上の方が海外なんですね。ということはもう全世界の方が日本の楽器を聴いてくださっている。こんなに幸せなことはないですね。で去年の秋に「鬼滅の刃」のグレンゲを上げさせてもらった時も本当に再生回数がすごい伸びを見せてくれて、もうなんか自分としてはすごく幸せだなっていう気分でした。ではこの後ご覧ください。
Well, we've had the privilege to travel to Japan several times, and with every chance, we've had the opportunity to soak up as much of the Japanese culture as we can. What surprised me the most about Japan was the landscape. It was absolutely beautiful. There were so many green hills and just mountains covered with trees. It was beautiful and colorful. Japan is a cultural experience like no other. You have to go. My name is Julia Greenshields. I'm from Rugby Canada, and this is my Japan.
That was an incredible performance.
Yes, it was. I'm actually really surprised to see anime song played by the Shamisen.
That was Taylor Moon.
No, it was Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
All right. But the shamisen, I went to Okinawa. I was lucky enough to go to Okinawa, and I went to a shamisen store.
Wow.
Right? It was like a guitar store, but it was all shamisen.
Yeah.
Right? And the gentleman that owned the actual shamisen store played for us. And every time I see shamisen, I think of Okinawa.
Wow. I've never been there.
It is gorgeous.
I really want to go there.
Do you want to go?
I do.
Let's go.
All right.
All right. What do we have next?
Next, we have Ms. Yuko Shimizu from Japan Foundation.
They have an extensive library of resources about Japan on their website.
Wow, that's great. Let's enjoy her presentation.
Minasama, konnichiwa. Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Yuko Shimizu and I'm the Executive Director of the Japan Foundation Toronto. Before we hear from our program officers, I would like to first briefly introduce our center, who we are and what we do. The Japan Foundation is an institution with a mandate to promote cultural exchange between Japan and other countries. Our mission is to cultivate friendship and ties between Japan and the world. Our headquarters is located in Tokyo, and we have offices in 24 countries around the globe. Our programs cover three main areas, which are arts and culture, Japanese language education, and Japanese studies and intellectual exchange. Our Toronto office was founded in 1990, and we moved to this current location at Yonge and Bloor in 2015. Here, we host exhibitions year-round and hold various events such as lectures, film screenings, Japanese language classes, as well as teachers training workshops. We also house a public lending library. Since the start of the pandemic, most of our activities have shifted online. I hope you will have a chance to attend our online events, as well as visit us and experience Japanese culture in person in the near future. Now, our program officers from each department will explain more about our activities in this virtual presentation. Let's start with our library.
We are a public lending library, and here you will find books, magazines, newspapers, manga, CDs, DVDs, and Blu-rays of Japanese fiction and non-fiction films in English, Japanese, and some French. Our library collection is for anyone interested in Japan, from those with little to almost no knowledge about Japan, and to those who already have a good understanding about Japan. We see a lot of people come in here thinking this is a library for Japanese people, but our goal is to help people in Canada learn more about Japan, so you will find that more than 60% of the collection is in English. The topics and subject areas we generally cover are arts, culture, history, cooking, travel, language studies, religion, literature, and more. You can browse for and borrow these materials, or you can also use our reading and studying space and AV stations.
To borrow from the library, you would need to get a library card. Anyone who is interested in Japan, 14 years of age and older, and live in Canada for at least 3 months can sign up. We are currently closed, but you can still sign up for a digital library card to access our Overdrive's ebooks, audiobooks, and some streaming videos. Throughout the year, our library hosts multiple events and workshops as a way for people to get a chance to get engaged with Japanese culture. For instance, we host author talks, storytellings, and book club meetings. Once we are open again, we hope to resume our seasonal and cultural events and activities in the library. Now, let me show you our library's web pages so that you can find the information you are looking for. First, go to our homepage, jftor.org. At the top, you will see our center's news and announcements and information about upcoming events. The library information is under this tab. If you click on Library, you will see the latest news and announcements from the library. If you are curious about our collection, you can visit our library catalog. Here, you can search for titles and authors you're looking for, or type in some keywords or if your interest area. If you have trouble using the catalog or have any library-related questions, you can book a video chat with the library staff from here. To access our Overdrive collection from the online catalog, click this box. We launched it just this spring, and we are adding more titles in the coming months, so stay tuned. You can also find us on the Libby app. Let's go back to the library webpage and show you what other resources are available. Under the library tab, you can find book lists and books and movie reviews that we publish on occasion, which we hope will help you decide what to borrow once we are open again. Other library pages include periodicals that we subscribe to. We have about 23 titles of magazines and 18 academic journals. New arrivals, which haven't been updated since we are closed, but normally it's updated monthly. And lastly, here you can find our past events. In the summer, we have a summer festival event with origami workshop, storytelling, Japanese summer dress-up, and games. Another popular annual event of ours is the New Year's greeting card making workshop. You can also see here our booth at the Word on the Street in the past years as well. Well, that's all from the library. Next, from our Japanese language program officer.
The Japan Foundation Toronto's Japanese Language Department offers a variety of support and programming for both learners and teachers of the Japanese language. This includes Japanese language classes for learners, professional development for Japanese language teachers, and other programs including several grants for educational institutions that offer Japanese language programming, as well as cooperating and running the internationally recognized Japanese language proficiency test here in Canada. For learners looking for a Japanese language class, we offer online group language courses for everyone from complete beginners to intermediate learners. Our courses are based on the Japan Foundation's own textbook series, Marugoto Japanese Language and Culture, which helps learners develop the skills they need to effectively communicate in Japanese. All courses run from September to July, and over 3 terms cover an entire level of the textbooks. We also have 2 streams available. Our weekly Marugoto courses meet once a week for 2.5 hours, and our teacher support courses provide students with materials they can self-study and then meet once a month to practice and review what they have learned. If you are just looking to supplement your own learning, the Japan Foundation also has a variety of free online Japanese learning resources that you can check out on our website at any time. There are several websites that cover the same contents as our Japanese language courses, such as Minato and Marugoto Plus, as well as apps for learning the Japanese alphabets, websites with videos to help you learn Japanese, and even a website to study the language used in Japanese anime and manga. While I've mostly focused on programming for Japanese language learners, I invite Japanese language teachers to check out our website to see the various professional development workshops conducted by the Japan Foundation Toronto, as well as the various free online resources we have listed. Eligible educational institutions with Japanese language programs are also welcome to apply to our local grant program, which supports purchasing Japanese language materials, running Japanese language programs, and more. That's all from the Japanese Language Department. Next, from our Arts and Cultural Exchange Program Officer.
My name is Filbert, and I'm one of the program officers in the Arts and Culture Department. The work done by our department can be categorized into self-produced projects and subsidized projects. This means that we program and produce our own events while also providing resources to other organizations in the form of grants and partnerships. Although our office is based in Toronto, we support third-party projects that are held across Canada. In the realm of visual arts, we have collaborated with the most prominent museums and art galleries across Canada in the production of large-scale exhibitions to introduce Japanese artists and their works. Similarly, we partner with talented performing artists to produce our own Japan Foundation Performing Arts events, but we also provide funding to those who need a bit of support to fully realize their artistic visions on stage. In the realm of film, we produce film screenings both in person and online. Our in-person screenings are often held at our event space, but we also work with theaters across the Greater Toronto area to give people access to Japan's exceptional cinematic history. There are many film festivals in Canada that show Japanese films, both short and feature length, and we are keen to co-present with many of them by providing grants and financial support to help alleviate some of the costs. This applies to festivals of any size, from the largest festivals to some of the newer ones that need a bit more help. Film and performing arts come together in our Cinema Kabuki series, where we screen world-class live kabuki productions directly from Japan that are captured with state-of-the-art equipment to provide a unique cinematic theater hybrid experience. Last but not least, we have also held our own exhibitions at the Japan Foundation. These exhibitions cover a wide range of themes and topics from Japan's fertile history. From ancient architecture to modern design, ukiyo-e to contemporary prints, ceramics to fabrics, photography, watercolor paintings, statues, dolls, ikebana flower arrangements, and tea ceremony utensils. Every arts and culture event held by the Japan Foundation Toronto is not possible without the help of our wonderful community of volunteers. That's all from Arts and Culture. Next, from our Japanese Studies and Intellectual Exchange Program Officer.
Hello, my name is Novi Nakamura, Program Officer in the Japanese Studies and Intellectual Exchange Department, or JSIE. JSIE programs aim to encourage a greater understanding of Japan by supporting and promoting Japanese studies in Canada. Japanese studies is a scholarly study of Japanese culture, history, literature, art, music, science, as well as Japanese language. With the shift online, this has enabled more ways you can enjoy engaging with JSIE programming year-round. I'm going to share with you some recent highlights. So year-round, we organize free talks, lectures, and discussions by scholars, experts in various fields for interested people like you, so that you can gain a deeper understanding of Japanese culture and Japanese studies. We look at literature, science, look at culinary science and its connection with film, and more recently, a literary exchange with 3 critically acclaimed award-winning authors from Canada and from Japan. These were all available to watch on our YouTube channel, which you can take a look at a lot of our lectures and content there. There's also talks about architecture, and more recently about translation of manga. Japan Foundation also partners with many institutions and organizations and universities across the country to strengthen Japanese studies in Canada and its networks. We support international conferences, projects, workshops, and other platforms that facilitate dialogue across organizational and cultural boundaries. Japan Foundation also has a fellowship program that provides Japanese studies scholars with opportunities to conduct research in Japan. Since its founding over 40 years ago, Japan Foundation has supported numerous scholars, including many in Canada, who have gone on to achieve great success in their respective fields. We celebrated this milestone through this Fellows Gallery, which you can explore here. If you want to find out more about JSIE, you can find many useful resources in our links section here on our website. And that's all from JSIE, and this is the end of the Japan Foundation Toronto presentation. Thank you very much for watching.
Next, we have Mr. Taka Ozawa. He is a Japanese makeup and hair artist. He is very active in both Japan and North America. He will be sharing some tips on how to do the makeup today. And also, he will be sharing his experience and his point of view of the fashion industry as a whole.
こんにちは、メイクアップアーティストのタカです。今日は マスクメイクをしていきたいと思います。どうしてもね、ここしかこう見えないから顔の表情が怒って見えたりとか悲しく見えたりとか、メイクでねいろいろ変わっちゃうと思うんです。だから一番いい印象を与えられるように優しいイメージのメイク、それでもここ真っ白だからこのコントラストがねすごく大事になるんですよ。じゃないとのぺーって感じになっちゃうので、ちょっとこうコントラストがありつつ優しく見えるメイクアップをご紹介したいなと思います。よろしくお願いします。トロントは今夏ですね。トロントに、18年いて、コロナのパンデミック寸前までトロントとねニューヨークにいたんですけども、今僕は日本にいます。もうね本当 I miss Toronto です。本当に早くね向こうにそっちに行きたいなと思ってます。それではマスクメイク行ってみましょう。こんにちは、メイクアップアーティストのタカです。今日はマスクメイクをします。パンデミックの中で世界中の人が欠かせなくなったマスクをしてもメイクは身だしなみの一つ、そして生活の中のモチベーションの一つです。もしあなたがフルメイクをする人なら、なるべくナチュラルメイクを心がけてください。白いマスクをつけていると夏場は日に焼けることも考えると、全員とは言いませんが大抵の方は血色が悪く見えます。ナチュラルメイクであればある程度血色はよく見えますし、さらに普通のメイクアップに比べてマスクにメイクがつきにくくなるというメリットもあります。ですがファンデーションなどは最小限にして目元のアイメイクやアイブロウメイクのポイントメイクをすることをおすすめします。マスクをすると顔の大部分が見えないため、中途半端なメイクですっぴんに見える可能性がありますから、ウォータープルーフタイプの化粧下地は皮脂や汗、蒸気に強いためメイク崩れを防止できます。ただし絶対に崩れないわけではないため、どうしてもメイク直しは必要です。マスクをしている時もマスクから出ている目の周りの肌は明るくしっかりカバーしましょう。お化粧下地は UV プロテクターの効果があるものを使うと良いと思います。マスクで隠れる部分の肌はカバー効果のある化粧下地とコーンシラーで薄めに仕上げます。全体に下地を塗って肌色をトーンアップしてから、クマ、小鼻の脇や口角などくすみが目立つ部分にコンシーラーを塗って色ムラを整え、特に気をつけたいのが目の下のクマです。マスクをすると色のコントラストでいつも以上にクマが目立ちやすくなってしまいます。乾燥しにくいリキッドタイプのコンシーラーでカバーするのがおすすめです。最後スポンジでなじませてあげてください。パウダーで軽く押さえておきます。マスクにつかないようにするためです。さあマスクをしていただきましょう。続いて眉毛のメイクアップに移っていきます。軽く自分の自己紹介したいと思います。1996年に美容師としてキャリアスタート、日本でサロンワークを得て、レッドケンジャパンのヘアカラー講師として全国を回りました。2002年にワーキングホリデーで、カナダへ渡りました。トロントへ行きました。ヘアカラーリストとして活動をしていました。後に2006年にメイクアップアーティストに転向します。で2007年に、パリ出身でモントリオール在住のメイクアップアーティストエディ・マルターの指示につきます。で2008年から5年間、トロントにあるフォードモデルスっていうところの事務所にアーティストとして所属しました。そして2009年から2017年までカナダのナショナルメイクアップアーティストとしてカナダ全土で活動、2011年から2014年の間、日本と北米を行き来し、有名アイドルグループのヘアメイクを担当したり日本ではしていました。で、2015年に、世界的に有名なファッションスタイリストのパトリシア・フィールドがスポンサーとなり、ニューヨーク進出を開始始めます。で2018年は ニューヨーク、トロント、東京の3都市でサロンワーク中心に活動です。活もしていました。ニューヨークのサロンでは主にメイクアップをしてました。で、ニューヨークではミッドタウンのフィフスアベニューにあったルイス・リカーリーのサロンに、所属して、東京ではルイス・リカーリーの商品開発のお仕事をしていました。その他2020年現在まで、過去12年間にヘアスタイリストとして数々のチームに所属してニューヨークコレクションの参加をし続けています。メイクアップアーティストとしてはシュエムラインターナショナルチームに参加してパリコレやミラノコレクションに参加していました。で、地元トロントファッションウィークではヘアとメイクの両方の経験を生かしランウェイ裏のバックステージのリーダーを15年間担当してきました。で、何をやってたかというとランウェイに出る寸前のモデルのチェックを全部やっていました。ヘアとメイクの両方でアシスタント3人ぐらい、ついていただいてモデルがランウェイに出る瞬間によしとチェックをする人をやってました。まずパウダーを使っていきます。パウダーシャドウでデザインをしていきますが、あまり強い印象を与えないためにアーチの強いデザインはしていきません。どちらかというと平らに近いデザインにしていきます。そしてペンシルで眉毛が生えていないところを少しずつ埋めていきます。最後にアイブロウマスカラで表面の色を少し明るくしていくととても優しい印象になります。反対側もやっていきます。さあもう一度いきましょう。パウダーで形をデザインしてペンシルで髪の毛のない場所、眉毛のない場所の穴を埋めていく。次にアイブロウマスカラです。アイブロウマスカラの付け方は最初に生えている方向の逆から逆毛を立てるように塗っていきます。そして次は戻すように塗っていきます。なぜならば髪の毛は円柱なので全体的につけるように、表面だけではなく全体的につけるように塗っていきます。眉毛の出来上がりです。今日はリキッドタイプのアイシャドウブラウンの色を使っていきましょう。二重まぶた幅に塗っていきます。目元のまつげに近いところのアウトサイドから塗っていきます。そして、指で伸ばしていきます。その指は薬指か小指です。理由は一番小さいサイズの指でタッチが優しいからです。目の下も同様に同じカラーをのせます。ほんの少しだけ目尻に近いところにのせていきます。そしてまた指でなじませていきます。アイライナーはウォータープルーフのリキッドタイプを使っていきます。なぜならばマスクから出る水蒸気でアイライナーが落ちないようにリキッドタイプを使います。アイライナーのデザインは強い印象や怒ってる印象を与えないために少しだけ下げたデザインにしていきます。なぜならばマスクをしていると相手が表情わからないので優しいイメージにデザインしておくのがいいですね。アイシャドウで目の下にハイライトを入れていきます。その後に、スティックタイプのハイライトで、ノーズと、おでこ、そして忘れてはならないのが目の内側にハイライトを入れていきます。マスクをした時にかなり表情が明るく見えて華やかに見えます。そしてマスカラはもちろんウォータープルーフを使ってください。はい、メイクアップの出来上がりです。優しく見えるのにしっかりとコントラストがあり、マスクをしても美しいメイクになります。いかがでしたか？マスクメイク、好印象でバッチリ美しいコントラストのメイクアップです。ね、セカンドランゲージって移民としてセカンドランゲージってやっぱりなんていうのかな、すっごい大変で全国に カナダ全土で、こうヘアとかメイクとか教えるっていうことっていうのはやっぱり英語がパーフェクトじゃないとダメで、やっぱり仕事が限定されてっちゃってた自分っていうのがすごく辛い時期もありました。やっぱりなかなか難しいことが多かったかなと思います。でそんな中ダンダススクエアでオーディエンスの前でそのメイクをするっていう仕事があった時に事務所の方にタカどうしてもタカの英語をもっと上手くなってほしいから学校に行ってくれって言われて、でちょっとだけ学校に行きました。で学校に行ってもう全然ね知らない言葉とかあるんですよ。なんかマスカラのキャップを取ることとか、それマスカラのキャップ取るのはさ Take it off かと思ったらremove だった。そういうことも知らなかったというか一つ一つ教えていただいて、それでまあチャレンジしたんですけど気づいちゃったんですよ。ジャパニーズアクセントがあるっていうことは自分のアイデンティティだって気づいたんですよ。いや確かにクライアントの前で英語が喋れないとやっぱり良くないですよね。でも伝わることができてコミュニケーションが取れるんであれば、ジャパニーズアクセントっていうのはすごいアイデンティティになるし自分の武器だなと思ったんですね。で、とにかくやり続けたというか自分の武器を持ってやり続けました。ニューヨークはすごい素敵なとこだったしエキサイティングしてるとこだけども、カナダに戻ってくるたびにやっぱり自分はカナダ好きだなってすっごく感じていました。やっぱりカナダ人、アメリカで会うカナダ人とかもすごい気さくですっごいおしゃべりですっごい面白いんですよ。でやっぱ世界中のそのファッションウィーク行くんだけどもパリとかミラノとかそこでもカナダ人のモデルさんっていうのはいつも喋ってます。すごい面白いです。でもねこのパンデミックが始まっちゃって当分の間戻れなくなってしまったんですけども、でもまた時期が来たらトロントに戻りたいなとも思いますし、今日本にいるので今たくさん日本で経験をしてつながりをたくさん作りたくさんの人に出会いその財産を持ち帰って、カナダにまた行きたいなと思っています。そしたらもっとたくさんのジャパニーズカナディアンの人たちとかむしろ地元のカナディアンの人たちとかそういう方たちに今以上にそのビューティーを提供できるんじゃないかなって今以上に喜んでいただけるんじゃないかなと思うので、その時が来るまでちょっと日本で頑張りつつこうやってオンラインでお話しできることが本当に幸せで何よりです。ありがとうございます。
Next, we have Kyo Asaoka and Tenten Canada. Flamenco is very popular in Japan. Kyo Asaoka's view of flamenco has a deep connection to Japanese traditional music. Aki Takahashi from Tenten Canada and Kyo Asaoka, these amazing artists have combined their talent and created something new to the world. Please enjoy.
Hello, hola. My name is Kyo Asaoka. I am a flamenco dancer. I've been dancing for over 20 years, and I manage Taburao Flamenco Toronto. That's an organization. I produce live flamenco performance with live music every month. It was on hold because of COVID, but I'm very looking forward to bringing back again. And
my name is Aki Takahashi. I'm a shamisen player, folk singer, and also taiko player too. I'm a part of Nagata Shachu, Japanese music ensemble here in Toronto. And I'm composing a lot of original music, especially for dancers, because it's something inspires me to do more. And then I met Kyo, and it is exciting. Just to imagine that, the music, melody, and the rhythm I create, and just something visual, something really powerful. It's enjoyable to watch.
I have known her for a long time, even before Kemado. How Kemado happened was because I wanted to work with her. I wanted to dance to her music, her singing, so I took my courage to contact her and ask her to perform with me and create something with me. And she said yes, and that's how Kemado was born, which means burn. Hot, passion, perfect for flamenco, perfect for summer, perfect for women, right? So we originally performed, the three of us. Another one is a percussionist and a flutist, Heidi Chen.
Yes, versatile musician. Yes. But this time we have Tony Nguyen, another taiko player. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he is very powerful in this performance that you're gonna watch now. This one is the third or fourth performance over years. Kemado was improving every time, so we are very proud to introduce this piece to you tonight, or today.
Yeah, that's right. It is good to see a beautiful flamenco dancer dancing around with music, but I didn't really make the music only for the flamenco. I really want her, Kyo, to somehow enjoy the rhythm and then just dance along with the beat, so that it came out really nice and exciting. So hope you enjoy watching.
Yes, it's really nice, and her singing is so great. Not only Shamisen, she sings, and you hear it now. It's awesome. Enjoy.
Yes, happy summer.
侵略することを動かざること林のごとし
In my many years of conducting orchestras in Japan, I really appreciate the culture of excellence, hospitality, and attention to details. I've been to Japan for 19 years already, practically every month. Every single time I go, I discover new elements behind the culture, the food, the people, and just the life being in Japan. I am Kensei, and this is my Japan.
Hino Motors Limited has a long and storied history in the truck business. Like a family tree, it can trace its lineage back to 1918, when ancestral Tokyo Gas and Electric Company produced Japan's very first motor vehicle, a model TGE A-type truck. While the road from that first truck to Hino's present incarnation has been a long one, the one constant has been its involvement with trucks. In 1973, Hino became the largest producer of medium and heavy-duty trucks in Japan. The following year, Hino contracted the Marubeni Corporation to establish Hymac Motors as its Canadian distribution arm. 24 years after first entering the Canadian market, Hino decided the time was right to take a more active role in Canada. It bought out Marubeni and rebranded Hymac Motors as Hino Diesel Trucks Canada Limited. That same year, Hino introduced its next-generation cab-over truck with the 1998 F-Series COE truck with Hino's highly advanced J-Series engine. The dawn of a new millennium brought with it many changes. Building on an alliance that started in 1966, Hino became a subsidiary of Toyota Motor Corporation in 2001. And in 2003, with the launch of the new concept North American Production Series, or NAPS, conventional cab truck line. As important as the launch of the medium-duty truck line was, it was nothing compared to what the next few years had in store for the Hino brand in Canada. An anniversary year, 2004 brought with it multiple milestones, starting with the celebration of Hino's 30th year in Canada, the sale of the 10,000th Hino truck sold in Canada, a groundbreaking ceremony of sorts at the Woodstock, Ontario site of Hino's first assembly facility. 2005 saw Hino move into a new office building on Ambassador Drive in Mississauga, Ontario. And in March of 2006, a year after the start of construction, the 132,000 square foot assembly facility opened and immediately began production of our MDT conventional cab trucks. Capable of supplying the Canadian market with 2,000 trucks per year per shift, the facility includes an on-site modification center capable of customizing trucks for the Canadian market on a timely basis. And it didn't stop there. That same year saw the rebranding of Hino Motor Sales Canada to Hino Motors Canada. In May 2008, production started on Hino's first Canadian-produced cab-over-engine model truck, the 155. A new decade brought with it new milestones, beginning in 2010 when visitors to our November open house were on hand when the first of our newly redesigned medium-duty conventional cab trucks rolled off the assembly line. A year later, with the sale of the 20,000th Hino truck in Canada, the arrival of Hino's newly redesigned and highly successful COE lineup, and the Hino Woodstock plant achieving ISO 14001 certification in December, more milestones were reached. And again in March of 2012, when the release of the 195 Crew Cab and the 195H, the first diesel-electric Class 5 truck sold in North America, helped Hino end the year on a high note with a new vehicle sales record. Not to be outdone by the successes of 2012, 2013 started off with a bang. Production of the 195 models shifted to the Woodstock assembly facility. The new Class 4 165 model was added to the COE family, and a rear air ride suspension system was added as an option for the 165 and 195 models. With the launch of Hino Premium Protection later that same year, Hino once again took the lead by offering the industry's most comprehensive vehicle protection program. The program includes 1 year, 50,000 kilometer maintenance at no additional charge, complimentary engine oil changes, and lubrication services for years 2 and 3, up to 150,000 kilometers, 3 years of Hino Watch roadside assistance, and a 5-year limited engine warranty. All this, and we're just getting started. We can't wait to see what the future brings.
Have you heard of Reiki? Next, we have Miss Nasreen Torbali. She is Japanese at heart, Indian in heritage, and found her bliss in Canada. Please enjoy the moment of relaxation.
Hello! ナスリンと申します。今日はトロント、カナダから、つながっております。そうなんです。今日はこの動画を見てくださっている方と、霊気を通してつながろうかと思っております。霊気って何って今思われた方、ご心配なくちゃんと説明します。でもその前に少し私の話をしてもいいですか？実は私、日本生まれの日本育ちなんです。 だからこんな風に日本語が喋れるわけなんですけれどもでも両親は生粋のインド人です。で育ったのがやっぱり日本なので、子供の頃は日本語が一番コミュニケーションしやすい言語でしたね。今はやっぱり英語かな。もうカナダに住んで20年になりますので、英語ですね言葉ってこう使わないと忘れはしませんが、なんか使い心地が悪くなるってわかりますかね。多分海外に住んでらっしゃる方、日本語をあまりこう使わない環境にいる方っていうのは分かってくださるかな。で、私まさしくそうだったんですよね。礼儀を習って日本で礼儀を習ってカナダに戻ってきてからはあんまりこう日本語で話す機会がなかったんですよ。もちろん礼儀の説明とかもカナダですから英語でやってましたしね。でこう礼儀関係のことでこう日本礼儀協会の方とお話しすることはあったんですけれども、なんか実はそれもこうなんかエネルギーでこうできちゃってたような気がするんですね。っていうのも理事長がなんか私が一言一言丁寧に説明しなくってもこう言いたいことを汲み取ってくれて、そんなに言葉がなくってもなんか分かり合えてしまったって礼儀なんですよねでなんか本当言葉別に必要なかったんですよ。でこんな風にエネルギーとかね、礼儀っていっぱい話してしまったんで、まずちょっと礼儀の説明をした方がいいかなと思います。礼儀っていうのは、宇宙のエネルギーを指す日本の言葉なんですよ。例えばインドではこの宇宙のエネルギーのことをプラナと言いますし、中国ではチですね。そしてハワイではマナです。でこのエネルギーは宇宙のエネルギーとして私たちの周りにいつも存在しています。そして、生命力として私たちの、体の中にも存在します。生命力って分かりますか？ほら気がめいっている時こうシュンってするでしょ。そして反対にこう元気いっぱい嬉しい時ってこんな風にこうはしゃぐじゃないですか。これですよこれが生命力、霊気エネルギー、私たちの体内にある霊気なんですね。でもともと霊気っていうのはこういう意味なんですけれども、今日本や海外で霊気っていうのは実は霊気療法のことなんですよ。日本に昔からあった手当て療法の一種である霊気療法のことを単に霊気って今は言ってます。でさらに言いますと私が習ったのは薄い霊気っていう、100年ほど前日本で生まれた、手当て療法なんですよ。そうそんなに昔の話じゃないですよね。それでもこの薄い霊気っていうのがここまで世界中に広まりポピュラーになったっていうのは実は誰でもがこの霊気を扱えるようになるメソッドが薄い霊気なんですよ。だからポピュラーになったんですね。こんなにアチューンメントっていうプロセスを踏めば誰でもがこの宇宙のエネルギー霊気とつながることができるようになるわけなんです。他のエネルギー療法みたいに例えば生まれ持ったパワーがなきゃいけないだとか何年も何年も修行をしないと扱えるようになれないだとか、そんなことがないんですね。薄い霊気はアチューメントを受けたらもうすぐに霊気っていうのは流せるようになるわけなんですよ。ね、便利でしょだけどね見えないじゃないですか。私最初だから分からなかったんですね。でだから実は霊気を習ったのも自分から進んで習ったわけじゃなくって、実は母親が先に習ったんですね。で私はただ単に練習台だったんですよ。でね、母親だからそんな練習台に使わないでとも言えないじゃないですか。何にも感じないんだけども、ただ練習台になって霊気を受けてたわけです。ですけどね、今やっぱり思い返すと、実は私の体っていうのはその霊気にちゃんと反応してたんですよ。 例えばね、日本に遊びに行った時、日本の食べ物好きだからもう食べ過ぎるんですよね。でね、それで一回あったんですよ。ものすごい食べ過ぎてしんどい、もうお腹が苦しかったんですよ。でそういう時って吐いてしまえば結構楽になるでしょ。なんですけど、私こう吐くこともできないんですよね。もうだからもうなんか何時間もこうって言って苦しんでる状態なんですけど、その時母親が霊気を習った後だったんで、霊気流してもらったんですよ。10分も経たないうちに私トイレに走って楽になりました。びっくりですよ。本当今思い返すとあれは霊気だったんですよね。その時は分かってなかったけどそういうことが本当何回も何回もいろんなことがあって、それでもやっぱり私自分自身感じることができなくって、なかなかこう霊気を学ぼうとは思わなかったんですが、野外でこう霊気サークルっていうのをやったんですね。霊気サークルっていうのは、その霊気を習った人習ってない人こう混ぜこぜでもいいんですけれども、みんなでこう霊気を流すっていうことをやるんですよ。で私はその時に円の中心に立てたわけです。円の中心ってエネルギーものすごく感じるところでしょ。その時に初めて感じたんですこれが霊気なんだ、これがみんなが言ってる霊気なんだって、もう感激でしたよでそれでこう自分で本当体感できたので、2011年の終わりかなに師範になりました。で師範になって、カナダに戻って、今に至っているわけなんです。この霊気をぜひ皆さんにも今体験してほしいと思います。なのでもしよかったら一緒にやってみてください。Are you comfortable? Good. Take a breath and close your eyes. And now imagine a beautiful, beautiful white ball of light above your head. It's a little high up. This beautiful, beautiful white ball of light. It slowly moves downwards, touches your crown, and enters into your head. And it spreads into every corner in your head. And now it moves down into your throat. Now your chest, your heart, and your abdominal area. And this ball of light is reaching all the organs within that area. It's reaching every single part of your body. Moves down to your lower abdomen, through the joints into your thighs, your knees, ankles, and your feet. And this ball of light continues to come and touches your crown. This ball of light continues to fall upon you, touches your crown, enters into your head, down your throat, and now across your shoulders, down your arms, your elbows, your wrists, your palm, your fingertips. The ball of light is Reiki, and now your body is filled with Reiki. It's flowing, moving, and circulating. And if you like, you can bring your hands to touch your belly button just below your navel. And just breathe in, out, in, out. All you have to do is allow the flow. Allow the flow of Reiki. In, out, in, out. Reiki continues to fall upon you, enter into you, and moves downwards, downwards, downwards. And now, take a deep breath. When you take this deep breath, you're breathing in all the positive energy from around you. And you exhale what is unwanted and stagnant from within. Deep breath in, long breath out. And when you're ready, rub your hands together, bring them to your eyes, and come back and open your eyes. That is all. Thank you.
Next, we have Ken and Ed, Japan Train and Travel Story. There are so many things to love about Japan, but our next presenter, including a Canadian, has a huge obsession of Japanese trains and a travel photographer who has captured his love for Japan through his lens. Ken and Ed will show you some unique trains and places to visit for your next trip to Japan.
The land of the rising sun is also the land of the train. Connecting you to Japan's historical, culinary, and modern destinations is one of the most unique and sophisticated railway networks in the world. In this show, we will introduce you to some of the routes and trains that are a significant part of Japanese culture and your overall travel experience. Hi, my name is Ken Fernandez, and my passion for trains has brought me to Japan numerous times in search of new and exciting railway adventures and to try the big variety of trains that Japan has to offer.
Hi, my name is Ed, and I love traveling to Japan. In fact, I've been there several times over the past decade. The reason why I like to go to Japan is I love to take photos of the many Japanese festivals, the beautiful scenery, and everything in between. To get myself around, I often use the different Japanese train networks. So Ken, why do you love Japanese trains so much?
Well, as a train enthusiast, Japan is a paradise for me, and here's why. In Japan, there are over 30,000 kilometers of track, more than 8,000 stations, and around 20 different private railway companies. And then, of course, there are the trains. You've got the iconic Shinkansen reaching speeds of up to 320 kilometers per hour on some parts of the network. There are leisure trains like the Enoden that operate along scenic routes. And there's some unusual railways like the Shonan monorail that rise high above the city. And the country continues to innovate. In 2027, the Chuo Shinkansen, a magnetically levitated train, will connect Tokyo with Nagoya, completing the 350-kilometer journey in just 40 minutes. So as you can see, even for non-train fans, the sheer volume and variety of trains in Japan is just enviable.
So that's why we want to introduce to you in these segments some cities and places that you might be interested in on your next trip to Japan. So let's start with the city that everybody knows, Tokyo.
With a population of nearly 14 million people, Tokyo, Japan's largest city, has an equally large passenger railway system. The network includes 7 private railway companies, including the Odakyu Electric Railway, Keikyu Corporation, Keisei Electric Railway, Tokyu Corporation, Seibu Railway, Tobu Railway, and Keiyu Corporation. And if that's not enough, beneath the streets are 2 subway companies, the Toei Metro and the Tokyo Metro, which together comprise of 13 subway lines. Of course, the biggest of the railway companies and the most common way for tourists to get around is with JR East. Many people will use their JR pass to get around the city.
Another great place to go to that's very close to Tokyo in only 25 minutes by train is Yokohama. Yokohama has a lot of things to offer, including a ramen museum, a cup noodle museum, Chinatown, as well as a great waterfront for people to walk around for the day.
Getting to Yokohama, we recommend using JR East's Tokaido Sen, which runs along the first stretch of public railway opened in Japan in 1872. Getting to Yokohama takes just under 25 minutes, and as Ed has been there 4 or 5 times, he can highlight some of the great places to visit during your trip.
My first stop was to eat lunch. From Yokohama Station, I made my way to Shin Yokohama Station, which is one of the first stops outside of Tokyo for the Shinkansen towards Western Japan. Outside of the station, the Ramen Museum is 5 minutes away on foot. It was built in 1994 as the world's first food-themed amusement park. There are several floors of information and exhibits to look at, but the centerpiece is in the basement. The basement is a colorful replica of buildings around 1958 of Shitamachi in Old Tokyo. It was a unique opportunity for me to take photos of what Japan would have looked like at that time. Once I was hungrier, it was time to figure out which ramen I wanted to try. There is a signboard that shows the approximate wait times for each restaurant. Each restaurant serves their own specialty ramen that is only available in one size, but they also have mini sizes for those who don't want to eat a regular portion. Heading back to Shin Yokohama Station from the Ramen Museum, I headed to the waterfront area of Yokohama. I decided that the best place to start my afternoon was from Sakurakicho Station. There is a loop bus from the station called the Kaikutsu. Day passes can be purchased to travel around the waterfront area. Next place on my list to visit, which can be seen from Sakurakicho Station, is the Cup Ramen Museum. Momofuku Ando, the father of instant ramen, invented many products, including the chicken ramen in 1958, and 2 decades later, the ubiquitous cup ramen in 1971. The building is several floors tall, with tons of facts and information about the history of the inventor and the company that he founded. The best part of going to the Cup Ramen Museum was the opportunity to make my own souvenir cup ramen. When it was my time to create my souvenir cup ramen, I designed my own container before selecting my soup base as well as a number of toppings. At the end, I watched my cup ramen get shrink wrapped and put in a souvenir bag. Walking further still is the Yokohama International Passenger Terminal, or the Osambashi Pier for passengers coming from cruise ships. The modern terminal was completed in 2002, and the roof has a beautiful viewing deck of the surrounding area. On this particular day, there was a departure of a Japanese cruise ship. Not sure if it was a maiden voyage or something special, but there was certainly a lot of pomp and celebration with a band, balloons, and streamers. At night, it is also a great photo spot for looking back at Yokohama, including the Cosmo World Ferris wheel. Japan's largest Chinatown is in Yokohama, and it's a quick 15-minute walk from Osanbashi Pier. Built in 1859 to support the growing economy in Yokohama when the ports were developed, it has many colorful streets, shops, and restaurants.
Now, if you want to go somewhere off the beaten path that is close to both Tokyo and Yokohama, I recommend Enoshima Island. It is about 25 minutes away from Yokohama and 1 hour away from Tokyo, and it's also home to 2 unique railways. There are a few ways to get to Enoshima, but our recommended route will help you to get the most out of your day trip. From Tokyo Station or Yokohama Station, you can take the Yokosuka line to Kamakura Station in Kanagawa Prefecture. Kamakura Station is the start of one of Japan's oldest and most loved railways, the Enoshima Electric Railway. Lovingly known as the Enoden, at over 100 years old, it is Japan's 6th oldest railway, and some of the cars are designed and painted to reflect the line's heritage. In fact, the line's 9 different varieties of rolling stock, like this Series 300 built in 1960, are some of the most highly photographed by rail fans and tourists among the region's coastal backdrop. The Enoden and the region it serves is often referenced in movies, and most notably in the anime series Slam Dunk. To ride the Enoden, you can buy tickets for single rides or use an electronic fare card like Suica. However, with many interesting destinations along the line, it's recommended to buy a very inexpensive day pass, which gives unlimited travel for 1 day. Departing from Kamakura, the journey, which takes just 20 minutes to Enoshima, begins down a narrow right-of-way, with trains passing closely by residential houses, making a few stops en route. The next station down the line is Hase, which is a 5-minute walk from the Great Buddha of Kamakura. Known locally as Kamakura Daibutsu, it was built in the mid-13th century and stands at a whopping 13.35 meters tall. Continuing along the Enoden, after passing through a tunnel, the train continues along the right-of-way, winding down curves, just before joining the coastal route along the Pacific Ocean. The train moves along at a graceful pace, allowing travelers to soak in the breathtaking views of the ocean before arriving at Enoshima Station. Enoshima Island is a 20-minute walk from the station, and there are a few things to see and experience here. One of the biggest draws is Enoshima Shrine, which is said to have been opened in the 2nd century. Enoshima Shrine is not one, but actually 3 different shrines scattered across the island. Many people come to pray to the 3 sister goddesses in the hope of luck with both money and matchmaking. And while on the island, you can capture great views of Mount Fuji from the Lighthouse Observatory, also known as the Sea Candle. The Sea Candle was completed in 2003 to commemorate the 100 years of the Enoshima Electric Railway. It is an active lighthouse that is open to the public, and from 2 different viewing decks, you can also see Sagami Bay, which leads into the Pacific Ocean. Back on the mainland, if you prefer to be at sea level, you can relax along Enoshima's Katase Nishihama Beach, which is a sandy strip with many beautiful cafes. In addition to the beauty of Enoshima Island, there's an interesting gem that begins at another train station in Enoshima, just a 2-minute walk north of the Enoden. Celebrating its 50th anniversary is an unusual railway known as the Shonan Monorail. It is one of 8 suspension railways in the world, and the world's 3rd longest. Connecting Enoshima Station with JR East's Ofuna Station, the Shonan Monorail gives a great view over the cities of Fujisawa and Kamakura over its 6.6-kilometer route. The suspension monorail was built because the mountainous terrain between Enoshima and Ofuna Station made it impossible to build a conventional light rail or metro system. Many visitors to this line compare the Shonan monorail to riding a roller coaster. Finally, at Ofuna Station, you can rejoin the Yokosuka line for the trips back to Yokohama or Tokyo.
Ken, we've covered urban trains, leisure railways, and trams. So what about the most iconic train of all?
Well, I've deliberately saved the Shinkansen for last. The Shinkansen is the train that most people think of when it comes to Japan. And the most popular of the Shinkansen routes is the Tokaido line, linking Tokyo with the popular tourist spots of Kyoto and Osaka. Most people may recall footage of these iconic blue and white trains speeding past Mount Fuji at up to 285 kilometers per hour. However, the Tokaido Shinkansen is just one of 9 Shinkansen lines, which together stretch from Hokkaido in the north all the way to Kyushu in the south. That's why in 2019, my goal was to ride a Shinkansen route whose trains boast the fastest speeds on the Shinkansen network. You see, Tokyo Station is not only the start of the Tokaido line, it is also the start of Shinkansen lines to the east and the north of Japan. And my line of choice was the Tohoku line all the way to Sendai. I started at Ueno Station, close to my hotel, but before heading to the platform, I had to do something customary before beginning a journey in Japan: getting an ekiben. Ekibens are well-packed bento boxes, which you can purchase at most railway stations. The term ekiben stands for station bento, and there are so many to choose from. At platform level, Ueno Station is the only underground station on the Shinkansen network, and you can catch a variety of Shinkansen services to many eastern destinations as well as Hokkaido in the north. Here we see the soon-to-be-retired double-deckered E4 series Shinkansen heading off to Niigata. As for me, I was waiting for the E5 series Shinkansen bound for Sendai. Interestingly, the E5 series is celebrating its 10th birthday this year, yet its aerodynamic appearance and design make it look almost brand new. What separates the Shinkansen series from other trains is its speed. Both the E5 along with its cousin the E6 are the fastest trains on the network, reaching speeds of up to 320 kilometers an hour on the stretch between Utsunomiya and Sendai. The ride itself was extremely smooth and comfortable, and the train was so stable that my beer barely even shook. The 350-kilometer journey between Tokyo and Sendai takes a minimum of 1.5 hours, depending on the train you catch. At Sendai, I had to pull myself away from the railway world and explore the city. For just $6, you can take the Sendai Lupal bus, a hop-on hop-off tourist bus that stops at various points along the way. The tour includes a stop at Sendai Castle, which was built during the 17th century, and Osaki Hachiman Shrine, erected between 1604 and 1607. Of course, if you're a foodie, one thing you do not want to miss is mouth-watering gyutan, also known as cow tongue. Overall, If you're looking for the rush of speed coupled with good eats and an interesting city, the E5 and E6 series trains of the Tohoku Shinkansen will bring you to Sendai faster than most morning commutes in Canada. The Japanese railways we have shown you are just the tip of the iceberg, with many more trains and scenic routes to explore. We hope this video will encourage you to discover some of the many railways that Japan has to offer, as trains are one of the best ways for connecting you with the people and the culture in the land of the rising sun.
As a Canadian, Japan's such a great destination because the people want you to experience what they experience. It's nothing like Canada, and you have to go check it out for yourself. I really want to go back and use it as a vacation to just spend my time and really get to see beyond, our team environment and go traveling within Japan. I'm Andrew Ko from Rugby Canada, and this is my Japan.
Next, we have Toshiyuki Ichichi, a chef at a Japanese restaurant, and now he's become a YouTuber. Today, he'll be speaking about the beauty and the depth of Japanese cooking. So please sit back and enjoy his video.
Watashi no ichinichi no hajimari wa, 瞑想から始まる。呼吸に全神経を集中し、心を無にする。和食のある心地よい生活を送っていますか？Hello to everyone watching Japan Festival Canada 2021. I am Japanese chef and cooking YouTuber Toshiyuki Ijichi in Toronto, Canada. I immigrated to Canada in 2009 with a desire to have those living in Canada know the wonder of Japanese cuisine. I think the current global pandemic has changed people's lifestyle, and it had been a time of immense reform. It became an opportunity for me to change my life from now on, to put my family first instead of my work. I broadcast YouTube recipe videos with the concept of using ingredients available in North America. I also take extra attention to the filming and cooking sounds to make my viewers feel relaxed. One of the cooking basics I teach to young people is the road to cooking is the same process and thinking as making goma tofu. This time I have made a video goma tofu recipe linked to the content of what is the road to cooking. And now, please watch. Goma から練りごまを作っていきます。100g 分を作るのに 120g を用意します。煎ることで香りが良くなり、油が出やすくなります。焦がさないように丁寧に煎っていきます。数分して香りが出てきたら火を止めます。温かいうちにすり鉢へ移します。
ごまをすることを当たると言います。練りごまのことを別名当たりごまとも言います。ごまをすることでごまがすりごまに、すりごまが練りごまへと変わっていきます。練りごまを買えば済む話ですが、その過程を知ることはできません。どのようにごまから練りごまへ変化していくのか、身をもって体験することで素材への感謝の念が自然と湧いてくるかもしれません。焦らずコツコツと続けること、諦めずに根気よく続けること、大切なこと、必要な時は惜しみなく時間を費やす。必ずそれらは自分のものになり、力となる。宝となる。もう一息で完成。上出来だ。フードプロセッサーですると5分でペースト状になる。私はあえて2時間を費やし、ひたすらすり続けた。この思いは伝わるに違いない。昆布だしを作っていきます。水 500cc に対して昆布を 6g で昆布だしを取ります。10分後に沸騰手前になるように火を調節。沸騰させるとぬめりと苦みが出てしまう。10分経ったら昆布を取り出します。砂糖 3g、塩 1g をくず粉 28g に入れ、昆布だしを 300cc を少しずつ入れていきます。少しずつ入れ混ぜ合わせることでダマになりにくくします。丁寧にすることでより良いものを作り出せます。当たりごま 50g に昆布だしを少しずつ足し混ぜていきます。くず粉の入ったボウルに当たりごまを入れていきます。こし網に通すことで出来上がりの食感が滑らかに、また上品になります。よく混ぜてから火にかけます。流し缶をあらかじめ水で濡らしておきます。弱めの中火にかけます。料理に近道はない。近道はそれだけのものしか手に入らない。時間をかけてとことん追求してみる。それは人生の財産へとつながる。65度ぐらいから固まり始めるので、弱火にしてじっくりと練り上げます。焦らず、粘り強く。辛いこと、苦しいことはある。しかしこれは我慢ではない。忍耐であり試練である。必ず乗り越えられる。15分したらここまで粘りが出ますので火を止めます。濡らした流し缶に手早く注ぎ込みます。ヘラなどできれいに平らにします。 ラップに穴を開け、表面が乾かないようにぴったりとくっつけます。氷水で冷やします。一晩寝かせ、しっかりと固めます。わさびはサメ肌が良いのですが、ここではおろし金の細かい方でおろします。わび、さび、わさび。さびとは、時間の流れの中で、見た目の美しさがさびれ、衰えていく中にも、その変化が生み出す独特な美しさ。また、わびとは、サビから出る美しさにより満たされる心。つまり、表面的な美しさを示すサビと、内面的な豊かさを示すわび。二つで一つ、切っても切れない関係にあるのがわびさびであり、日本人独特の美意識の一つです。一晩置いたごま豆腐を冷蔵庫から取り出します。流し缶から静かに取り出します。型を使うと動かしやすいです。あらかじめ印をつけておくと切りやすいです。今回は8等分に切り分けます。まっすぐ下に切り落とします。水で濡らした布巾で包丁を拭くとくっつかずにきれいに切れます。器に盛り付け、合わせだしを貼ります。周りからそっと流し入れます。暑い夏には涼しげなガラスや白色、寒い冬には濃い色の器が似合うでしょう。季節によって器を変えるだけで随分と表情も変わってきます。わさびをのせたら完成です。召し上がれ。
One of the things that make Japan so amazing is every time I visit, I discover even more. There's so many layers. The modern stack on top of the traditional, and somehow everything comes together to make one truly amazing place. From exploring shops in Tokyo, to making soba with a traditional way, to eating freshly grilled oysters on enchanting Miyajima Island, and steaming our food in Beppu, Japan is full of endless discovery. I am Chef Susali, and this is my Japan.
We are back with Yurika and myself, Khaled. We are back together again.
Yes, we are.
Awesome. And Yurika, you are an awesome dancer, right?
I guess so.
You are.
Okay.
You definitely are. Okay?
All right.
Because I've seen it before.
Yeah.
When it was live at Celebration Square. Okay. You're dancing. Tell us about that.
Yes. So my dance is called Yosakoi, and it came from Kochi Prefecture.
Nice.
And this kind of started back in 1950s. So basically the Kochi Prefecture wanted to bring the community a positive energy after the war. And so they have came up with this Yosakoi style dance. So this is actually a very positive, energetic, and
it's a happy dance.
Exactly.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, nowadays Kochi City have been trying to expand this Yosakoi style dance to worldwide.
Nice.
So there are many overseas team, including my team actually. It's called Sakuramai Toronto, and I want to actually share with you this video that Kochi Prefecture have sent it over to us.
Awesome. Let's check it out.
All right. Please enjoy.
What an awesome video.
That was beautiful, right?
That was beautiful.
And doesn't it make you smile?
It makes me happy.
Yes.
It does.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So currently there are about 33 Yosakoi ambassador team that was certified by Kochi Prefecture. And so that's the way that Kochi Prefecture is actually extending the overseas Yosakoi teams.
How do you say is it how do you say it?
Yo
Sa
ko
ko
I.
Yes. Yosakoi.
You got it.
Next question would
Yes.
be, how did you get involved?
Yes. So back in 98, when I was in university, I joined this Yosakoi dance group in Tokyo Machida City. So the team is called Zokko Machida 98. And what I did at the time was I have assisted to establish a team, and they gathered many people from the community, and we basically established a team from Tokyo. And that's how I got involved in the Yosakoi for the first time.
So you pretty much brought it to Canada.
Yes.
So you brought a piece of Japanese happiness to Canada.
Oh my gosh, you put it so nicely.
There you go.
Yes. So that's how I met Yosakoi, and the reason I fell in love with it is because it really brings people together. And I have to say that at that time, there was a family that had 3 daughters, and they were aged 3, 6, and 9. And now this team, it still exists, and they're like really popular, and their team is amazing. Those 3 girls back then, they're the leader of the group. So it's really amazing how people get involved and they love it. And it's not just the Yosakoi dance, but they start to have this sense of belonging in that group, and you support each other, and you kind of go through a lot of hard work and effort, and kind of aim for the same goal.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, in the Yosakoi group,
Yes.
how do you become the flag bearer? Because I've seen it before, and that
Yes.
flag is huge,
Mhm.
right? And that guy is just waving it throughout the whole thing. How do I get that position?
Well, if you're interested,
I am.
then come on on board.
Okay, awesome. I could be the. Is there a special name for that position?
For the in Japanese,
Yeah.
we call it hatashi.
Hatashi. Okay.
Hata is flag.
Okay.
And so we call it hatashi. It's actually very heavy.
I could tell that's a big flag. And
Yes.
he's literally like crossing the stage every 2 seconds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So-
it's beautiful as well.
It is. So where does Yosakoi perform?
Yosakoi.
Did I not say that right?
Yosu, you said.
Oh, sorry. Gomen. Watashi hanbun. All right. Yosakoi.
Yes.
Okay.
It's actually, it might be easier if you just say it in. Try.
Yosakoi.
Yeah. That's
Okay, there we
perfect.
go.
Yep,
All right.
that's it.
Where has Yosakoi? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Where have you guys performed?
So we have been performing in Toronto, Montreal. Sometimes we go Vancouver. We try to, expand this Yosakoi style dance in Canada. And I also wanted to share that we actually have participated in Harajuku Omotesando Super Yosakoi 2019. So back in 2019, we participated the Yosakoi kind of like a festival in Tokyo for the first time as participating as Sakuramai Canada. So we participated as Sakuramai Canada, and it was such an amazing experience for all of us. So we had Japanese that lived in Toronto going to Japan to perform, and also Canadian going to to Japan to perform. And also there were Japanese that already went back to Japan, rejoined, and we kind of formed a team.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that was an amazing experience. And our goal, actually, for our next goal, is to perform at Kochi Prefecture, the Kochi Yosakoi Festival. That's our dream. And we're working on that.
And at that point, can I be the flag guy?
Yeah.
The flag guy?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay.
Okay, you said it.
I know, she said it. I'm going to Japan being the flag guy. Okay? It's on camera.
Deal.
All right, done. So now we have a video, right?
Yes, we do.
Tell us about that.
Yes. So today we'd like to introduce you to one of the Yosakoi team in Fukuoka, Japan. Yosakoi you can enjoy with the beautiful costume and beautiful props that they use.
They have a flag too?
I believe they do.
I can be the flag guy, right? For that team too? Okay, all right.
Please welcome Entrance 10-2 with Yuzuhira. Enjoy.
flower on my bed, and sunlight fall on my head. The sky is bright and blue, so tell the world that I'm coming through. They see me run with the wind, bringing light to everything. Nothing can hold me back. I'm on the right track. I'll reach higher than the stars, swim farther than the sea, be all of the things that I want to be. So I'll keep on moving for me. I'll keep on moving for me.
Next, we have Norm Nakamura.
Yes, our special guest.
Yes.
He is the most famous non-Japanese shamisen player in Japan.
He's only the foreign apprentice of the Yoshida brothers.
Yes.
What does that even mean?
So Yoshida Brothers is the masters of Tsugaru Shamisen.
I love the Shamisen.
Shamisen.
I love the Shamisen. I guess we don't have to introduce Norm because he's introducing himself in this video.
Perfect.
Let's check it out.
I'm Norm. I'm a Canadian living here in Tokyo, and I have been for over a decade now. And in my time here, I've been fortunate enough to build a little bit of a unique life, almost entirely centered around this three-stringed instrument, Japanese instrument called a tsugaru shamisen. I'm an apprentice of the Yoshida brothers, who are fairly well known for their tsugaru shamisen skills, and owe pretty much everything about my life here in Japan to this instrument. To be honest, I probably wouldn't be living here if it wasn't for the shamisen. But a little bit more on that later, perhaps even a little bit of playing, because for now I am here, and where do I even start? You know what, in the last year alone, and hang with me here, I'm gonna go pretty quick, I've stumbled on an abandoned school in the mountains of Japan with a man living in it who has his own music studio and roasts his own coffee. I've experienced Kyoto City completely empty, and I mean completely empty, and of course interviewed the locals to get their thoughts. I've explored some of Japan's most beautiful and scenic locations, places that you have to see with your own eyes to even believe that they're real. I've lived on an active volcano for an entire week to make a documentary about the lifestyle there. It is absolutely crazy. I rode on this boat. That was cool. I spent days embedded into entire villages that had been abandoned, seeking out former residents and getting them to tell their stories, finding out what led to the abandonment of the villages. And camping. I've done a lot of camping, just so much camping. In fact, I'm camping out today. I'm using this tiny little K camper van. It's small, but it's super spacious inside. It's got this pop-up rooftop thing. It's a ton of fun. In fact, I flew a drone through it the other day. Actually, to be honest, I flew the drone into it several times before flying the drone through it. But also, you probably noticed that it's daytime now. All consistency issues aside, we're just going to ignore that and keep going. So despite the channel name, Tokyo Lens, I actually spend a lot of my time, if not most of my time, exploring areas outside of Tokyo. places like this. I feel insanely fortunate to be able to share places like this with you, especially during a time like this where so many people want to be here and they can't. In fact, that's always been kind of an underlying theme in my content, to make something for not just those who are coming, but also those who want to come, but for whatever reason life has thrown at them, they can't. So I always want you to feel like you're here with me, exploring and experiencing. This foggy little village down here, by the way, is called Shirakawago. Let me give you just a tiny peek. I actually came out here at 4:30 in the morning in the hopes of catching what's called an unkai, a sea of clouds over the village. It is absolutely beautiful. The clouds hang really low, like as you get, well, the clouds are, they're just sitting right on top of the village. You can kind of see a little bit of the mountains up here. I got to see a really beautiful one from a viewpoint called Takabochi a while ago, but if you think this is beautiful, you should see this place in the winter. I still haven't. In fact, there's a lot that I haven't had the chance to see or experience despite living here in Japan for so long. You see, until a couple of years ago, I worked this long-term, full-time job that I didn't particularly enjoy, and that basically became my excuse not to travel and explore. In fact, I visited more places in the past month than I did in the... Wow. That's just kind of hitting me now. I actually have visited more places this month than I did in the past 10 years before. Wow, okay. Places like this, or like the post towns along the Nakasendo Trail like Magome-juku and Tsumago-juku, some of the most beautiful places you'll ever see. Places like this have been my dream ever since visiting Japan in 2005, but then life happened. You know, you gotta pay for rent, you've got bills, you've got responsibilities, and all of these things become new excuses or blockers to stop you from living life the way that you want to. And along with that, my passion for Japan took a backseat for a while until I found the Shamisen. That's right, we're finally looping back to the Shamisen. Thanks for the patience on that one. But before we do, going back to that Nakasendo Trail, if you do not know the Nakasendo Trail, one of the most amazing things about it is the beautiful Japanese post towns that are along the way. Like I mentioned before, the Magome-juku, and last year I had the chance to visit both Narai-juku, which I got there way too early in the morning and it was just pouring rain, as well as Tsumago-juku, which was incredibly beautiful, and I found the most beautiful streets I've ever seen in Japan, and this cute little cat dude. I call him Ash, and I feel like it's an appropriate name for him. Okay, and I guess the next logical question would be, well then how did you go from nerding out over a 3-string Japanese instrument to making internet movies? Alright, so I'm gonna start the story from after I started my apprenticeship with the Yoshida brothers. It's all up on YouTube, no spoilers here. I guess it'd be smart to start with a brief history of the shamisen. So the shamisen, a fretless 3-stringed Japanese instrument, actually originally came into Japan from China. From there, it entered in through Okinawa and became a slightly different instrument called the sanshin. It's covered in snake. It's a smaller instrument. They play with finger picks. You know what? I think it'll be just as much fun to show it. So the sanshin itself has a really light and playful sound. It's got like this, like, kind of sound to it. And then from there, the shamisen made its way up to the area of Kyoto, and it became kind of the traditional instrument that we imagine geisha playing, like the... And that shamisen was slightly bigger, made of different materials, more of a wooden base and everything like that. And then it made its way up to northern Japan, the area of Aomori. And it is hold up there. And so it became a much larger, thicker shamisen, and the playing style became really, really heavy. Kind of like what you saw at the beginning there, where it was like... kind of like that. I should put it down, otherwise I'm just gonna keep playing all day. So that is the most basic, fast history of the shamisen I could possibly give. So once I got into that, I decided that I wanted to build an entire life around it. You can probably already see why. There was something about hearing it that made me just feel like I was hearing music for the first time. And I just really wanted to learn as much of it as I could. I wanted to immerse myself into the shamisen and into that world. And so I started going around and trying to meet different shamisen players and make friends. And one of the first set of shamisen players that I found were these two girls called Kiki. Now, at the time, they hadn't even gone pro. They were playing on the street and in the parks. And I would go around with my first ever DSLR, like an old Canon 6CD, and record their stuff and toss it up on YouTube. And that was kind of the beginning. And as time went on, the videos that we'd put up had become kind of popular, and we decided to go out of our way to start making videos, and we started recording these gorgeous videos of them dressed in kimono, playing shamisen under the cherry blossoms. And before I knew it, I decided I wanted to start sharing the background, the behind the scenes of the process of this life of following around shamisen players while being a shamisen player, and I wanted to document that. And as I started documenting and sharing it, a YouTube channel was born, Tokyo Lands. Everything came from the shamisen and from me wanting to share the behind the scenes, the life. All of my original, most of my original videos in some way or another featured me and Kiki going out to make music videos. So, and I'm sure we've come this far in the video. You're probably looking at the wall of cameras behind me and wondering, well, does Norm live in a camera shop? And the answer to that is no. It's not actually as much as it looks like. In Japan, if you want any chance of returning your items, it's usually best to keep the box. And so I keep a lot of the boxes. now I have a shelf full of boxes. That's it. No deeper meaning. Okay, and with all of that being said, so on one hand, I'm doing my apprenticeship every single month, and then on the other hand, I'm working with Kiki and trying to produce music videos for them. And then we started to travel overseas. We got invites from different countries, and we were going to Canada and Australia and the States and Italy, and it was just this amazing thing until the world flipped itself upside down, and we wanted to continue sharing what we were doing. So the girls and I started putting together online shamisen lessons for them. And for the last year or so, we've been producing these online shamisen courses that the girls are using to teach shamisen. And you know what? I feel that's the basic story. And this feels like a really good chance to actually introduce Kiki and show some play. You know what? I am going to grab the shamisen, head over into the studio space with Kiki, and play one of the most traditional songs there is, or at least a shortened version of it, called Tsugaru Jongara Bushi. To be honest, it's actually incredibly humbling to sit between two of Japan's top level players and play. Okay, you know what? Let's just cut to me sitting down. All right, so this here is kind of my studio space, if you will, where I help Kiki record their online shamisen lessons. And today we're gonna use this space to, well, play some shamisen for you. Are we ready?
Okay.
Here we go. Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's kind of what it's like to play the Tsugaru Shamisen. All right. So, what did you think? Hope you enjoyed the sound of the shamisen. The shamisen is really good as a solo instrument, but when you put it together with 2 shamisen or 3 shamisen, the sound becomes so much more fuller and dynamic. And yeah, I'm gonna stop obsessing over the shamisen. Bit of a fun fact: this post shamisen playing scene was originally recorded in a gorgeous moss forest. As I walked through there and I showed it off, and I lost all of the audio for the first clip. The clip where I was like, hey, what did you think of the shamisen? Like, all of the audio just gone, just like that. But there's a twist. It's actually called Mononoke no Mori, the forest of Mononoke. And if you're as big a Ghibli fan as I am, that is probably wildly exciting to you too. So let me roll some clips that kind of show what the forest, let's just jump into the forest. Absolutely gorgeous space, is it not? And it's in Nagano, so it's not all that far from Tokyo. You can get out here by train or car pretty easily. But what's the point of any of this? What's the point of anything that I have shared or said today? Well, I wanted to build a little bit of excitement around Japan, and I wanted to show that it's possible to build, formulate, create, mold a life around something that you love. Wow, that got really bright. When I came to Japan and when I first got into shamisen, a good friend of mine who owns a shamisen restaurant in Asakusa told me that every shamisen player has to build their own path. They've got to find a way to make there's no two. You could do overseas performances in Japan. They could, like him, run a restaurant. You could put out CDs. And I think that really, really applies to pretty much anything. We all kind of have to build our own path. Just saying it out loud feels insanely obvious, but I think sometimes we just kind of need to hear it. We need to hear that it's okay to take something that we love and try to build a life around it. You can take any unique interest that you have and build a life and transplant that or build that into Japan. I have friends in Japan who have built lives around everything from anime to games to music, finance, you name it. The list goes on and on and on. There's no shortages of ways for you to build a life. Obviously, it's super easy to say that. Easier said than done, but we kind of just need a push sometimes. And for me, that push was the shamisen. You see, before meeting the shamisen, before getting into the shamisen, I had lived here in Japan. I'd lived here for a year and gone back to Canada. And I honestly believe that whether it had been around the shamisen or around another topic, I probably would have come back and found a way to build a life here. But had I not built this entire life around an instrument that led to this, me creating videos, and had I not gone through the process of taking an interest and building an entire life around it, I might have been doubtful that it would even be possible. And so I wanted to share that with you. I wanted to share with you that it is possible. It's something that you can do. It takes time, it takes patience. I see far too many people rush into Japan. They feel like they've got to get here really early. They, for some reason, feel like it's got to be now. And when you rush, people take shortcuts or they take what is the easier path. And more often than not, they end up trading out that long-term future for some kind of short-term gain. When I came here for the first time, I came here on a working holiday visa because I just wanted to get here as quickly as possible. But those visas expire after a year. And so no matter what your path is, don't be afraid to dive deep, but take your time and do it right. Getting here 2, 3, 4 years later and being able to build an entire life here is going to be so much better than getting here next year and not knowing what you're going to do with things. And who knows, maybe you'll just figure it out. I have lots of friends who have just figured it out. But patience is a huge key. And so with that being said, I hope I've been able to deliver at least a little bit of value today. Whether it's been just through some entertainment, maybe enjoying some beautiful spots around Japan or the sound of the shamisen, maybe even a little motivation, a kickstart to start that thing that you really want to do, whether it be here in Japan or wherever you are or may go. This forest, by the way, is just so incredibly distracting. Like, I really... this has been a challenge to record just because I can't stop just looking around at the moss around me. But I wanted to express a huge debt of gratitude to you for taking the time to watch this today. It means the world. And a big thank you to Japan Expo Canada for having me out for this event. It has been a lot of fun to put this together, and I hope that you've enjoyed the time that we've spent together. That being said, I'm going to continue on my hike, enjoy this beautiful moss-filled forest. I hope that the rest of your day is absolutely beautiful, and hopefully I'll see you again real soon.
Are you excited for our headliner, Void Chords? Would have been the case if we were at Celebration Square.
That's right.
But we're going to do it virtually. And we are still excited.
Yes, we are.
Yes. Who are Void Chords?
Ryo Takahashi, as known as Void Chords, is a Japanese singer popular for anime song. Please enjoy.
Do you know which anime song? I don't either, but let's check it out.
Had to shuffle one. sneaks within our lives. We deceive youth in different kinds. Do you see what it means? Deep inside is where you'll find where the ground arrives on every mind. Beware, control cannot be the guide. Share your mind, take the lies and get realized. 'Cause it don't divide next goes light and dark side. Go on and spread out. Shine like the facts nobody's ever seen. I see right through your lies. Fly out from the sky, the spider we perceive the surface of it. Beyond it, border surrounding us within this you and me. Now I can see beyond the world. Find out everything we dream is there. I feel it. Our world's inside. One moment I made the vow. How many mornings have passed till this time? The monochromatic vista gains more light as the sun's colors bound. And as we shine out, go further out than anything we see. Our times will take us there. Forward, we can have the future that we needed. It's in our sight. Beyond this border, surrounding us within this you and me. Now I can see beyond the world. Find out everything we dream is there. I feel it. Our world's nearby.
Hi guys, watching Virtual Japan Festival Canada 2021. This is Void Voice, aka Ryo Takahashi。僕の曲でも、特に海外の皆さんから人気がある3曲、プレイヤー、ライズ&タイズ、そして The Other Side of the Wall、3曲のリリックビデオ、ぜひご覧ください。僕の家族が一時期カナダに住んでたことがあって、その時に遊びに行ったことがあるんですね。トロントとか、オタワとかモントリオールとか、もう本当に世界最高の都市と素晴らしい自然、もう早くもう、ね、また戻れることを楽しみにしてます。楽曲はまた今年から来年にかけて世界の皆さんにも聴いていただける曲が、公開されていく予定ですので楽しみにしていてください。I'm looking forward to meeting to you all. Thank you.
like a current sink inside a cloud. We can't be sure of how to make it work. Recognize inner sight, gotta stay alive. I will never be deceived. I'm a girl that sees through lies.
takes over. The speculations lurking that I'm alone. Still it knows in our minds. Fly so high, so bright. Get across the wall. What a race, and what can you show me now? Slack it down. Feeling the ruthless, shall I take you down? Holding my lifetime useless, come and hit the ground. Going the far away, running up to the heat. Watching the ocean in darkness, shoot up through the sky. Breathing above my fate.
I can't believe we are at the end of the Virtual Japan Festival 2021. Can you believe it?
No, I can't.
We've made a good team.
We did, didn't we?
We did. I think
Yes.
you and I should be the MCs for next year's Real Life Festival.
Actually, that's a good idea.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
going to be the last virtual one.
Mm-hmm.
I promise.
Yes.
It's a Khaled promise. Khaled Iwamura promise.
Eureka promise too.
All right? I've learned so much over the festival today. Shima-san, Shamisen,
Yes,
Yosakoi,
that's right.
Shinkansen. What else have I learned?
Hmm.
What have you learned?
You know what? I've actually learned quite a bit as well myself, and I am Japanese. So there's so much more to know about Japan,
Yep.
even for me.
And I've been lucky enough that I've been MC for the last 5 years since the first one. And the thing I love about MCing is that I get to learn about more about my culture every single year. Love it, And I can't wait for next year for me to become the flag bearer.
Oh yes,
of your group.
That too. You
All
have
right.
a lot to do next year.
I'm going to practice right after this.
Okay,
MCing
sounds
gig.
good.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. So a little housekeeping stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We got vendor markets.
We do.
Okay. They
Yes.
can be found at japanfestivalcanada.com website. I hope I said that correctly.
Yes, you did.
Okay. And we also have a contest.
We do.
Yeah.
What are we gonna win?
You can win 2 tickets to Japan, Air Canada, round trip, expires at the end of 2022. And,
That's good.
Yeah, and you can enter the contest through everything. Social media.
Yes.
Facebook, Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, YouTube, Friendster. Just kidding. The last one. All right. And last day is Sunday, August 29th, 2021.
Okay, that
All right.
sounds good.
So what did you like the most about this year's festival?
Well, you know what? There was so much that I've actually enjoyed everything. It was
Everything?
so many, kinds of things that I can learn. It was amazing.
You know what I enjoyed?
What did you enjoy?
I enjoyed learning about your dance and how you brought it from Japan to Canada. That's amazing. So,
Thank you.
Yeah, so we worked well together. I hope everybody at home enjoyed it. Okay? Next year, we will be back to real life.
Yes, we will be.
In 10,000 people. Shake hands.
Can't wait.
And hug.
That's right.
Eureka, are we done now?
I think we are, sadly.
See you next year.
See you next year.
Take it all in. Show up early. Stay late. Really late. Live your passion. Leave an impression. Commit. Get out. Get in. Embrace the moment. Hold. 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 Ah. Overdo it. Do more. Leave less. Breathe. Get the bag. Keep one packed. Don't put it off. Because when we make it count, we rise higher.